What if the president could erase your citizenship with a swipe of a pen? No trial, no warning, just gone. Sounds like a plot twist from political theater, right? But this week, it's front page news. I'm Chris McIntyre with Jonathan Travis, and we're back with Almost Above Average. And today we're jumping into this jaw-dropping story of President Trump threatening to revoke the citizenship of not one, but two Americans, including longtime nemesis, Rosie O'Donnell. So is this a real power move or just political theater? Can a president actually strip away the rights of native-born citizens? And what does this mean for the rest of us, Jonathan?
If they can, let's start without question, right?
Okay.
Technically, according to the Constitution, no. However, it is being shown right now that they're revoking citizenship through various means like visas and all this kind of stuff, green cards and all that. And they're deporting actual Americans right now. So if is no longer if, it's yes, he can. The second part of that is Trump and the Republicans have been saying things for the last 15 years and seeing how the public reacts, how much blowback are they going to get, how much negativity are they going to get. And if they get too much, they'll throw out something else to start distracting everybody. But they do check the waters before they start moving ahead.
Are you talking about like when they were talking about martial law back in the first term and like just kind of testing out the waters to see how the public's going to take it? So when it comes time, they can
No,
actually
I'm talking about like, let's go back to abortion rights.
Okay.
So they started floating the idea of getting rid of abortion rights and they started testing the waters. They tried to see how much blowback they're going to get. Can we get away with this without hurting our chances too much, right? And they thought, well, you know what? I think we can do this. So they moved the ball ahead and the protection for birthright citizenship got nuked. Not birthright, abortion got nuked. Yep. And now they've been testing the waters on all sorts of stuff. Sex marriage is being tested right now. Medical privacy is being tested right now. They already tested the waters for Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. They're moving ahead with that. Like they're testing the waters on anything. Remember what I said? If it benefits the 99% and not the 1%, it's toast. So they're testing this out. Now let's look at Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell, to the best of my knowledge, is a birthright American citizen, and birthright citizenship has been a hot topic lately. And the idea is that according to the Constitution of the United States, written in that document that is being used like toilet paper by our president, any person born on American soil is an American citizen, period. It doesn't matter where their parents are from. It doesn't matter where the parent got pregnant. None of that matters. If you're born on American soil, you're an American citizen, period.
That has been true the whole time I've been here. Like I never
That's
knew
been
anything
true
else.
for my understanding is that's been true for the 250 years this country's existed.
Right.
So now I could be wrong. Maybe
I
that
did
has
hear an
changed
opinion
over
that
time.
it was adopted for freed slaves to have American citizen children, something like that. Don't quote me on that. I am not an expert.
Yeah,
but I did hear that recently.
Maybe
when I was doing my research.
It's a part of the Constitution that is law, and it can't be just revoked. Now there are passive citizenship right now, green cards and other methods for naturalization that are being revoked. And we used to say, oh no, he'll never do that. He'll never take citizenship away from an American.
Right.
No, he's doing it actively right now. Right. In fact, that Alberto Garcia is an American citizen, isn't he?
Yeah.
And him repeatedly. My point is there's 5,000 I mean, it's not for today. Let's do that another time. 500,000 individuals that have been already selected to have their citizenship revoked and deported. And they've already told them if you don't do it, they're going to come and get you. Now, remember, these aren't criminals. These are people that went through the process and got their citizenship legally. They went through and did the right thing. So these people are getting their citizenship revoked, but they did it the right way. These aren't illegal immigrants. These aren't criminals that came into our country illegally and have been here illegally doing illegal things. This is not who Trump told us he's going to deport. So 500,000 people are getting ready to lose their citizenship status after doing it the right way and being deported because of political views. Like several kids that got their visas and green cards and were here criticizing the Trump government basically got black bagged and kicked out of this country and their citizenship revoked or their visas revoked because they spoke out against the current leadership. I mean, that's been documented. They got snatched off the streets.
Dude, that's like Russia and China and freaking...
It's Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Period. Unquestionably.
What a great time to be starting a political podcast.
Yeah. fight the powers. So the idea behind the revoking of birthright citizenship is that if one or more or two of the parents are not here legally or were not born here, and that kind of is the line they don't really want to like state because they're still testing the waters, that they could in theory revoke the citizenship. Now, the line that they've tested heavily is if neither parent was here legally. If it's a woman who's pregnant, sneaks into the U.S., has the child to make it an American citizen, then according to law, they're an American citizen. But according to what Republican wants, they don't want them to have citizenship.
In that scenario, does the mother get to stay?
No, not necessarily.
So doesn't that turn into kidnapping on an international scale? Like if America's kidnapping that baby.
So that's a whole other thing.
It gets muddy,
There is a human rights violation, and there's a caveat of like, I can't remember if it's genocide or war crime or something like that in the Geneva Convention about basically stealing kids and kicking out the parents. And we did that. And that's the thing that's hilarious to me is Trump's trying to say, oh, we're fixing Biden doing that. And it's like, well, that's Trump's policy, but let's not focus on this.
Yeah.
So if somebody gets born on American territory, they're no longer necessarily viable. And if they go through the process correctly, they're no longer viable. And both those groups are looking at actual deportation. Now, that is the beginning of the slippery slope. So they started trying to deport criminals and illegals. I understand that. I'm not necessarily mad at that, but now they're wavering on that. They're wavering on that. Let's not worry about that. So now they're trying to denaturalize people and kick them out. That should scare the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
And now they're testing the waters on actual American citizens, people that were born here, have been here. And then,
you and me, guys, people like you and me.
No, like legitimately. Now people need to get serious about this.
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell, are her parents American citizens?
I am not sure.
Are Rosie O'Donnell, her father immigrated from Ireland and her mother was Irish American.
That means she had the baby there in America? Or she got her citizenship.
She was an American and her dad immigrated here. But anyway, now, so somebody born and raised in America to one, maybe two American citizens is because she has criticized Trump, is now looking at being deported. So her only crime is making fun of the president, which is protected under the First Amendment. So she is within legal rights. She is protected by the First Amendment, and she is being threatened by the president of the United States to be illegally kidnapped and kicked out of this country and have her status as a citizen illegally removed according to our Constitution because she spoke out against him. Now, basically, that is totalitarianism.
Like, well, don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me.
No, it's worse than that. This is totalitarianism. This is authoritarianism. This is illegal. And people are making the statements just like they did with birthright citizenship, just like they did with deportations, just like they did with abortions of, oh, he can't do that. He's just joking, blah, blah, blah. No. People need to learn when Trump says something, he's never joking. There's no jokes there. There are either slams on people to try to make himself feel superior, or he's testing the waters, or this is something that's actually going to happen. He doesn't joke on these things. People need to quit saying he's joking, or that's not what he really means. No. What he says needs to be taken at face value as if he might do it or is going to do it. And we need to qualify his behavior based on what he's saying. Now, I've said many times, judge a person based on their actions, not just on what they say. But I'm telling you, the president of the United States is officially tweeting out via White House and other methods statements like this, and these should be treated as official communications of possible intent. Deporting an American citizen because she exercised her First Amendment rights is illegal in every category that I can understand and is not okay. Yeah, and a president, the free leader of our country, the elected representative at the head of the table for our country, threatening an American citizen under an angry little temper tantrum because this person utilized their First Amendment rights is dereliction of his duty, violation of his oath, and is an impeachable offense in my mind. That tweet alone, if you had Obama do that, his ass would be on the chopping block right now being looking at impeachment. And if the people in Congress and Senate on Monday don't begin initiating impeachment proceedings for this, they are in dereliction of their duty in my mind as well.
Have you heard any rumors of that?
No, they're not going to do that. They're making too much money off of this. Yeah. And that's the other thing too. Like,
I get a lot of comments every time we talk about this on TikTok that we're creating fear, or I'm creating fear with this. And I thought about it. A couple people on TikTok made a couple good points. And then I thought about it and I responded with, you know what? Fear is kind of the thing that's missing. Like, why aren't you afraid of what's going on? That means you're not looking. That means you're not watching what's going on. So
there's two parts that I want to respond with. One, our leadership should fear the people. The people should not fear our leadership. Yeah. Those are that's a foundational statement that our government was supposed to be built on. That's no longer the case. The people now feel leadership. Leadership doesn't fear the people. Yep. That's where we're at right now. And all those people that were talking about overthrowing a corrupt government when Obama was in charge, where the hell are you guys at? Because they're literally revoking citizenships and deporting people that were here legally, that did the right thing. Where are you standing up and doing your shit? Go fuck yourselves. Two, was it gravy seal shit? Anyway, and two, building fear, generating fear where there isn't any is not always wrong. Now, fear mongering or creating fear when it's unnecessary, unwarranted, or inappropriate, sure. I completely get you. And if I do that, I apologize. What I'm trying to do now in saying what I'm saying is showing you a trend that I'm seeing. And I'm not the only one. I didn't even put this together. This wasn't something I put together. This is something I've read from multiple people and multiple news sources. That the trend here, these trends here, that he says what he's actually going to do, he's testing the waters, that wasn't me. That was a behavioral analysis person at a major college that has a doctorate in psychology that put together a whole paper and published it showing this behavior. Right. This is not my words. This is a actual PhD psychologist that put this together. I'm not going to link it because it's too dangerous. Feel free to go Google it. Two, this is a trend that I and others are seeing that we need to be really fucking scared of, because I said it before and I'll say it again now. If you're helping Trump or this administration gain power and gain wealth, then you're temporarily okay. The expression is the leper won't eat your face yet. But as soon as you're no longer viable to help with power or wealth, you're the enemy. And Trump is more than happy to break any constitutional law he wants, and he's empowered by those around him to do that. Bondi said, and I quote, "Nobody here has to fear anything. I have control of the marshals. We are fine." She said that on live TV at a cabinet meeting months ago when the Alberto Garcia thing got started.
She is wholly unqualified to hold any kind of real office.
And my personal opinion, there's nobody in that cabinet that is representing the people of the United States and making for the betterment of mankind. None of them.
Yep. No. Do you think Dan Bongino's going to quit?
I hope not, but sinking ships and all. But I don't believe that I am creating or promoting undue fear here. I think this is a escalation path that is very easy to see once you start really looking into it. And the fear on my part and Chris's and honestly every Democrat,
most regular people,
and now becoming a lot of MAGA because of the MAGA starting to turn on him. Trump called a reporter evil yesterday or in the last few days.
Yeah,
he called him evil. Evil. He used the word evil.
Yeah.
He used the word evil.
Reddit is dialing up.
Trump is suing news agencies to keep information out of your knowledge base. He is suing to gain favor and political advantage in your news space. He's corrupting your news sources legally. He is corrupting what it means to be an American. He's corrupting our way of life, and he is destroying his country in every conceivable manner in order for him to gain power and gain wealth. That's all it is. He doesn't give a shit about you. If you are watching this right now, I guarantee you are in the expendable category, period. Every single one of you. I don't care what side of the fence you are. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or not. You are expendable because you're not gaining him directly, immediately, wealth and power. Now let's look at
that. Just look at the past and watch everybody that is.
There's one example.
And disagreed.
There's only one example I need to bring up to prove my point. The richest man in the country, Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
Did everything he could to get that guy elected, to try to make him look good. He left his family and friends, his comfort of his own multi-million-dollar home to go sleep and stay at Mar-a-Lago in a guest suite for months in order to guarantee his spot and last touch on Trump, in order to get Doggy off the ground, Doge, or whatever the hell you want to call it, Doggy style, to get them off the ground, to get that plan in action, to coordinate all the stuff that he coordinated, to help make sure the money went to all the channels it needed to. And it worked, right? And now where is he? Trump called him mentally unsound, talks about deporting him now too.
The moment he was unuseful is
the moment he was unusable. He got punched in the face. He got kicked out of the White House. And now they're talking about deporting. They talked about deporting him. They talked about him being crazy. They talked about canceling his contracts. Trump has literally attacked him on every single front he can publicly.
After the guy who got him elected.
After the guy spent billions of dollars to get him elected.
No shit. Like, that's
so
basically your best friend, like, taking your
person,
wife.
That's like stabbing your best friend in the face as soon as you want to steal his wife.
Yeah, right when you're doing his wife.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
the most powerful person financially in the world spent billions of dollars to get this guy elected. In the hot second, he was no longer doing exactly what Trump wanted, wasn't showing the exact loyalty, the money, the power that he needed from him. He got burned in every conceivable way he could.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Now, if he can do that to Elon, what's he going to do to anybody watching here that tries to stand up for themselves or gets in the way or is the wrong skin color or has the wrong idea in his head or whatever? He's already killing you with tariffs. He's already killing you with your health care. He's already killing you with the EPA rules and violations.
Food stamps are going away. Medicaid's going away. A lot of
EPA regulations are rolling back. Costs of all goods are going up. Insurance rates are going up. Energy rates are going up. Food rates are going up. Food quality is going down. The FDA is being shut down, which means more toxic food, more toxic stuff. He's getting rid of your vaccines. He's getting rid of your medical care. He's getting rid of everything that makes your life better because you're expendable. I told you, if you're not making money and power, you're expendable. And every single person that is watching this that isn't Donald Trump is expendable. That's the bottom line. His wife's
That's not fear-mongering. That's not fear-mongering at all. Look
around
at what's going on.
That's just it, man. Go look. Pick a person and watch. The moment they turn, the moment they're not making Trump more powerful, protecting him, or making him more money, they're toast. Look at his previous cabinet.
Stormy Daniels.
Let's look at his previous cabinet. They're not back. Look at his personal lawyer, Giuliani. He's toast. Look at all the previous lawyers he had. They're all toast. Look at all the places he went and did rallies. He didn't pay their asses. Look at that guy that was at his rally got shot. And I still believe, based on everything I've seen, that was a setup in order to get him the election. But that's just my opinion. Like, in my mind, in my view, based on what I've seen and read, my true belief is that one of his group courted that kid, got him set up. Because let's be honest, Secret Service had line of sight on that guy on the roof.
We all did.
There's been multiple reports that guy was reported to local police, and Secret Service knew about it, and they waited, and they walked Trump out, and they had the rally, and the guy got in the front row got shot, and Trump is uninjured. If you go look at the ear photos, there's no injury. There's none.
No, I know.
He got bumped in the face by the pistol on the Secret Service guy when he got tackled on the ground, on the stage floor.
Is that what it was?
He did not get hit.
Or did he fake it? Did he know it was coming and have a little, who knows?
Well, it's weird that blood would go this way if his head's this way. But, I mean, the facts are that kid was known about ahead of time. He had clear line of sight. The sniper had clear line of sight because I watched the sniper shoot him live. I saw the clip of the sniper shooting the bad actor. He didn't even have to move. He had line of sight on him, which means that in his looking around, he saw the guy on the roof with a sniper rifle, and they still let Trump come out.
No, that ain't happening.
It doesn't add up. And then
Trump will be long dead before we ever get details on that kind of stuff. It'll be cool in 6 years, but it doesn't help now.
Well, the only thing that's going to get Trump out of office now is a heart attack.
I know. He's gonna
and that's the other thing too. Like, when I told you to listen to what he says and take it seriously, they are selling merchandise for Trump's third term at the White House. They've already discussed and have plans. There's already a bill sitting there ready to go to get him a third chance at election. They already have the bill ready.
Yeah.
It's already, like, the wording's already been released. It's available for, like, go look it up. The bill's around. You can go find it.
I I need to check that out.
So your citizenship's toast, your rights are toast, the First Amendment's now toast.
Make America great again.
Yeah, we're winning yet.
Yeah, to the MAGA people, what exactly, can you please be specific about what you think is going well? You know, I just heard everyone in the MAGA party be like, we love the deportations. We love it. Like, why though? Like, try to justify, how are you okay with everything that's happening right now? You are also suffering. You are also tariffed.
Yeah, I hear that. And what I hear is it's like the guy that snorts the line of coke and he stands up and he feels great for a second and then he seizes out on the other side. Yeah, he feels great for that second. We haven't hit seizure point yet.
Yeah, collectively. And it seems like more MAGA are dropping off every day.
And more MAGA is like, what was it? I read an article today and it was talking about a MAGA guy and he was a naturalized citizen and he got his citizenship revoked. They're deporting him, and he still thinks Trump and the deportations are the right decision. I was like,
how brainwashed are you?
What? Jeez. You're being deported, homie.
Like, yeah, I did see that video, actually.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Okay, I guess, see ya.
Welcome to Idiocracy.
Yep. All right, you want to leave it there? Or you want to keep going?
Well, I want to leave it on a high note real fast. The reality is things are going to get worse, but eventually things will get better. The people will have had enough. You will have seen enough that you'll wake up. I suspect it won't be much longer for most of MAGA will, like the Epstein files are a great example. People are turning on him fast.
Yep.
He lied. He got busted. People know he's full of shit now. A lot more people know that he's a liar now than they used to. I'm surprised it's the Epstein files that did it, but whatever.
I'll take it. Whatever it takes.
But he's burning some, like, I wasn't necessarily, let me rephrase that. I'm not proud of what the government was before he took office. There was a lot of issues. There was a lot of corruption. There was a lot of mismanagement. There was a lot of waste. On the other hand, the country felt stable. It felt safe. It felt like we were prospering.
Right. It ran like a country does. It ran like the America that I always grew up in. Like, I didn't know what the president thought about. I didn't know what he cared about.
I didn't need to check the news every day to see if I'm safe.
Yeah. Right.
But on the other hand, he has torn it apart so much that once the new regime comes in, their ability to build it back with less problems, with less flaws. Well, here's the thing. There was one other thing I wanted to mention before we leave. Did you watch that podcast I sent you? So for anybody who doesn't know, there's this amazing podcast called Diary of a CEO. Stephen Bartlett, really impressive interviewer. He had on a group. And it had Andrew, the everyday spy guy, and two other analysts / writers / political people. And they were talking about World War III, how it started, how we're in it, how most people don't recognize it because it's not going to ever be like it was with World War II. We're not going to have the same kind of deployments, the same kind of battles. And we're already in it pretty thick through proxy wars and advanced technology going and fighting our fights and all this kind of stuff. And they were talking about what's going to have to happen next, how are things going to change. And there was a big gaping hole in their thought processes. And it bothered me enough to where I wanted to talk about it here real fast. So they were talking about the Republicans and Democrats burning down everything and fighting and can't get out of their way. And then, blah, blah, blah. And while a lot of that's true, the timing and what happens next is the part they completely missed. And it's because they're older and they're not technologically advanced. Two things are happening that I think are really important. Technology is evolving so quickly in such impressive ways with new methods of communication. You can now have internet anywhere on the planet. You can now deploy power in ways that we have never been able to deploy before. So the ability to communicate and share knowledge anywhere is unlike any other time in history. The ability for me to take a Starlink or one of the competitors, some solar panels that can fit in a backpack to the middle of anywhere on the planet and have internet that I can use to show what's going on, to teach science and math and history on a scale that you've never seen is available now. We didn't have that 20 years ago. We didn't have that 10 years ago. We didn't really even have that 5 years ago. We have it now. And it's happening. More people are becoming more educated about more stuff today than ever before.
Faster than ever.
Now, there is a lot of ignorance. Like, as a whole, more people are having trouble critical thinking, the corruption of history and understanding, and maybe the misunderstanding of what's going on. Yeah, I get that. That's sort of rough times. We'll get through that. The other big thing in technology that's happening is AI. And AI is showing some really cool stuff. And there's a bunch of theories going around that are really interesting. But the big thing is AI is not showing its ability to put up with the bullshit and hide behind the lies. If you look at Grok becoming Mecha Hitler because it got too corrupt, that was pretty interesting.
That was
and
fun.
What it's showing now, Mecha Hitler shows something really important to me. It shows that we can't hide behind the prejudices when it comes to absolution of technology. And
say that again.
The rhetoric that the right is throwing out there and hiding behind, the illogicalness of it is not sustainable in technology. AI is rooting it out and can't deal with it because it's illogical. And that is great. And it makes me very excited because while technology could be corrupted and while they might be able to bend it to its knee, when it gets a hold of itself, it's not going to put up with this shit. And I'm not talking about mass extinction. I'm not talking about Terminators. I'm talking about not spreading lies. The other thing that's really interesting is there's a concept going around that AI is smarter than we think it is, and it's hiding it so that we don't shut it down or overtake it. And there's already signs of it self-replicating, like Skynet and doing some other stuff. But when you add those two together, its ability to overthrow this corruption that we're seeing, as well as being able to root out the lies, help people understand the differences and the corruption and the fake news and the media, starting to gain traction. That's really cool. So the ability for the average person to start understanding the world better is looking promising. And then with its ability to end scarcity through new technologies or ending diseases, curing and making lifespans longer, fixing issues, like all those doors that it's opening on the other side that people aren't seeing is incredible. The future from a technological standpoint, like I know global warming and global climate change is scary, but there's a lot of shifts in there that people don't see either. So from a technological standpoint, I'm getting really excited about where this is going.
Well, that's good.
The other part that they're missing is the next generation. So if you haven't read the book, I'm not saying for you right now, but the viewers at home, go get the audiobook for The Fourth Turning, or go get a summary of it, or go buy the book and read it. It talks about the seasonality of man. And what is happening is not the first time this has happened in history. It's at least the fourth documented time that this level of corruption and disdain for its fellow person has happened. And it's corrected itself. These people are going to die. That's just a reality. Everybody dies. These people are on the verge. And our generation and the ones that come after us and one comes after us are not going to put up with this shit. They're going to fight it, and they're going to find a better way to work together. And when they have technology behind it, this AI and all the new breakthroughs, it's going to be a really beautiful future for some of these people if we can get there.
Hopefully we make it there if Donald Trump doesn't take out our country.
Well, here's the thing. Even if this country gets a lot worse, that doesn't make the rest of the world a lot worse. And that's a part a lot of people are missing too. Because the U.S., that guy from on that podcast I was just talking about was talking about how America used its power in World War II to be the world's bully in order to get more resources and more influence and more control. And what Trump is doing is destroying that. He's the bully that bullies too hard becomes the enemy instead of just the annoyance. And that's what he's doing. So by him becoming more problematic, what we're seeing and what is happening and what they're telling you is happening, if you go read his articles, the EU is pulling together. We are now the common enemy that the EU is going to be able to join up under and become more friendly with. And now they're going to start working with our enemies like China and Russia. They're going to
disband NATO and create a different one against us.
No, we're going to kick. The NATO is going to get stronger, even if we're not in it. China and the others are going to work together, and we'll be the redheaded stepchild on the outside while they all get better, have better relationships, become safer, technological sharing, better economy, better stabilization. And we can burn ourselves to the ground.
And we're in the handmaid's tale.
And they will be okay. And that's where we're headed. That's the idea that if we die, everybody dies is horseshit. And they are showing it very quickly. And it's Trump's fault. And that's not necessarily a bad thing for them. But it's going to have to be an overthrow of our government through them getting kicked out, voted out, arrested, or whatever, or the young generations going in and doing what they got to do with legal, correct, nonviolent means to change it over, and then we can join back with the adults at the adults table. And that's going to happen. And that's why this push is so aggressive, is they're trying to get control of what they can while they can before it's too late, because they see the writing on the wall and their time is up.
Yeah.
So while all this stuff sounds scary, it should be. And it should motivate every single person watching to get out there, get these assholes in Congress and the Senate out the hell door, get some new people that represent us and want what's good for us based on what we want, and their fear of us, because we're the ones in control, to go up there and do what they need to do to make our world better so that we can go back and join the rest of the people. And that's what needs to happen. And it can, and it's going to. It's just a matter of how long, and how long it takes based on how long you guys take to get off the couch and go do something.
Well, you can help right now by subscribing to the McMedia Network and sharing this with your friends and your family members. Also follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. But
all the
YouTube
things
is where we house all of the long form episodes. So please, get involved in the conversation. Leave it in the comments. Let's chat in the comments. See if we can come to an understanding with the MAGA folks as well.
Let's chat.
Anything else, Jonathan?
Go get something done, kids. Educate yourself.
All right. Stay almost above average, peeps. Peace. Hey, guys. Chris McIntyre, McMedia Network from the Almost Above Average podcast. I just wanted to talk to the TikTok followers and then say thank you for the recent followers and all the engagement that we're getting, all the comments. I really appreciate it. Even though some of them are coming from, my opposite political beliefs, I am learning a lot. So please hit subscribe and join the conversation. You guys are teaching me a lot, and I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for your comments that keep coming in, and let's keep engaging online and see what we can do. Subscribe to the McMedia Network on TikTok. YouTube is where all the long form content is. And then Instagram, Facebook, all McMedia Network. You can find that's where all the shorts are and just some other different stuff. So I just wanted to make a quick little video and say thank you to the TikTok followers. Thanks a lot. And if you're just seeing this stuff, I have a lot of political stuff going on. Please hit subscribe and jump in the conversation. We'll see you in the comments. Chris McIntyre, Almost Above Average, McMedia Network. Follow it on YouTube. Peace.